When you buy a book, you're allowed to resell it. It's a used bookstore. When you buy a record, you're allowed to sell it to your friend. It all falls under the first sale doctrine of copyright, with the idea that the copyright owner only has the right to the first sale of a particular copy of a work, and then after that, the person who purchased the physical copy of the work can do what they want with it. They have the right to resell it without infringing the copyright. That makes sense when you're talking about a book that you can hold in your hand. I have a copy of this book and I'd like to sell it to my friend Matt, and copyright law has a carve-out that lets me do that. But what if the book is digital? What if instead of being a song on an album or a CD, it's a song that's digital? A company called Redigi believed that they figured out a way around that. They set up a system whereby the songs that were in your iTunes account, you could list them for sale, and then when somebody decided they wanted to buy them for, let's say, $1 as opposed to the $2 that you initially bought it, Redigi will migrate your copy from your iTunes account up into the cloud and remove it from your iTunes account so that you no longer have access to the song, and the person who purchases it gets access to the song in their iTunes account. And the proceeds from the sale are split between Redigi, the seller, which is you, and they put some money into an escrow fund that will go to the artist. Note who's left out: the recording companies. Capitol Records decides to sue Redigi in the Southern District of New York, and Redigi stands up and says, well, under the first sale doctrine, people have the right to sell used versions of their content. This is just a digital version of that. The court looked at the process and said, no, it's not the same copy that exists in your computer that's going up to the web and going down to somebody else's. A copy is being created and distributed to the cloud, and then another copy is being made to send it back down into the new user's account. And the first sale doctrine is a distribution privilege, not a copying privilege. The court in Redigi found that there is a physical copy of a digital work, and it exists where the server is. The electrons that are spinning on a chip, the ones and zeros that make up the content that we're talking about, that's the physical copy. Redigi used this as an opportunity to say, oh, okay, well, if there is a physical copy, why don't we establish the physical copy is at our servers? In Redigi 2.0, you have an account that holds your iTunes songs. When you want to access, you use your key, you open it up, you listen to the song. When you're done with it and you want to resell it, instead of distributing it digitally, you distribute the key, and that key gets transferred. So when you transfer this key, no new copy is made. It's just access to the same document. Your server space you're selling to someone, and that server space embodies the physical copy, which does implicate the first sale doctrine. That's the solution that Redigi thinks that they found that's going to effectively recreate the first sale doctrine using a different means. Does that mean that Redigi 2.0 does not infringe? We don't know. We're not going to know until a court tells us or until business practices make it obvious that everybody thinks it's just fine.